Every day is a new beginning. Shine your light. It's a day and the world is waiting. Move along to the song, singing in your soul. Feel the beat, clap your hands, let's take control. All you need, all you want, are you ready to find your way? 'Cause every day is a new day.
Welcome to Wisconsin Family. I'm Janet Crescent.
And I'm Justin Riley, and we are here at Oliver Motors in beautiful Baraboo. I just love saying that, beautiful Baraboo, Oliver Motors. And it's such a great place here because they literally just have something for everyone. So no matter what kind of car that you're looking for, if you're looking for just an A to B car or something with a little bit more luxury and class, they've got it here.
And I gotta say, if it's a little bit of a drive for you, it's also a beautiful drive.
It's worth it. It's worth it. And it's kind of fun, I have to say, despite maybe some of the grumbling of the Baraboo residents, I think it's kind of fun driving on the new Highway 12. So I enjoy that part.
Especially if you have a new car from Oliver Motors. I keep saying Dell Motors. Dell might like that, actually.
Yeah, well, there you go. There you go. And it's really easy to get here because you just take the South Boulevard exit and then you can just take that all the way here.
It is a straight shot with a lot of great scenery.
Yeah, absolutely. So we'll talk with Dell later on in the program. He'll talk about what you can find after the holidays here at Oliver Motors.
We're also talking about safety in keeping warm in our homes, fireplaces specifically with Top Hat. I'm going to say Top Hat because they got a really long name, like chimney specialists. They got a lot going on with their name, but mostly fireplaces right now and furnaces are a concern. We want to enjoy them, we need them, but we need to be safe too.
It's really interesting because fireplaces were sort of the norm 100 years ago. You had to have a fireplace if you wanted to stay warm during the wintertime, but now they're kind of a luxury item.
That's so true, and more than just in the living room these days too. I've seen them not just in even bedrooms, but bathrooms now.
Right.
That sounds nice.
Yeah, that sounds very nice. You still have to take care of them, though. You still have to make sure that you're safe. So we'll get some tips from Kyle later on in the program.
And speaking of the home, we'll be meeting with Andrew Kimball of Kimball Realtors. They're in Wisconsin Dells, not too far away.
Not too far from here. If you're familiar with our real estate news, you've probably seen Andrew Kimball. He gives some great reports on some homes for sale, vacation homes mostly, up in the Wisconsin Dells area. So he's going to kind of tell us what's going on and what's new at Kimball Realtors right after the break here on Wisconsin Family. So stick with us.
Welcome back to Wisconsin Family. We're in Baraboo today at Oliver Motors, and right now we're talking real estate. A familiar face for us today is Andrew Kimball from Kimball Realtors. Good morning, thanks for joining us.
Thanks for having me.
So Andrew, tell us a little bit about Kimball Realtors. I know you've been on the real estate news a whole bunch, but not Wisconsin Family.
Sure, yeah. Kimball Realtors, we're located in Wisconsin Dells. We're right in downtown Wisconsin Dells, and we specialize in luxury homes, golf course homes, lakefront homes, condominiums, and vacation homes, and we also do single family homes. And like I said, we're right in downtown Dells, but we service Wisconsin Dells, Reedsburg, Baraboo area, pretty much all Sauk County. We do Juneau County and Adams County as well.
A really lovely area, actually, too.
And you know, I'm listening in to, I like to follow real estate every now and then. It just kind of interests me, but everybody that I've talked to says that 2017 was sort of an unprecedented year in terms of real estate. What is 2018 going to be like in your estimation?
Yeah, and 2017 was a really good year. It really was the best year since like the real estate crash in 2006.
Right.
All indications are that 2018 is going to be even better than 2017 was.
Wow.
Yeah, it's going to be a really good year, good year for real estate from all the indications.
Wow.
So that means a busy year for you, and maybe you need some help, or maybe you're interested in becoming an agent. Are you looking to add people to your company?
Yeah, we definitely would. We would like to bring on a couple of more realtors. We have 4 agents in our office right now, and we would like to bring on a couple more. I always tell people that for me, getting into real estate was the greatest thing I ever did. Real estate's a very unique career because you're an independent contractor, so you're really working your own business. You're being an entrepreneur, but you're working with a broker and with an agency. So you have that guidance with the agency, but you're really an independent contractor. So it's a great business for someone that wants to basically have their own business. Real estate's a great career to have. Yeah.
And they'd be working for a locally owned business. I mean, that's Kimball Realtors is 100% locally owned.
Yes, we are. Yes.
Yep. So let's talk a little bit about how someone might get started in real estate. and why this might be a good time for somebody who's thinking about it to
Sure.
just jump right in.
Sure. So to get a real estate license in Wisconsin, you have to go through a 72-hour state-approved class, and then you have to pass a test from the Department of Safety and Professional Services. Also, for the first 2 years, you have to work under a licensed broker. So you can't just get a broker's license and get started. You have to work under that broker, which is great because you know there's a lot of things in real estate that the class is great that you do the 72-hour course, but there's a lot of things that you don't learn about the day-to-day actual operations and transactions that happen in real estate. So working under that broker for the 2 years is a really good thing. Yeah. What's nice now is that with the 72-hour course, you can actually take that online. And with it getting a little more quiet right now, it's a perfect time for someone to take that online, study for the next couple of months, be able to get their license, and then get started right in the spring into summer when it really gets busy. And in Wisconsin Dells, it really is seasonal that way. Spring into summer is a really, really busy time. So real good time to get started.
Absolutely,
So
absolutely.
Andrew, you're owner of Kimball Realtors and you're a broker.
Yes.
So if someone's listening to this and this sounds like a nice idea and good timing, how would they contact you to get started?
Sure. Easiest way would be to just call me directly. They can call me at 608-477-3476. We'd love to meet with them at my office, show them exactly what they do, show them the office that they would be working out of, let it go over with them exactly what they would need to do to get started, and they can call me directly. Could also send me an email if they want to, just andrewkimball@kimballrealtors.com, so real easy to get a hold of me.
About how many people would you be looking to bring on for the spring?
I would like to bring on at least 2 more, and if we get the right people, I would be willing to bring more on. It's just a matter of they have to meet the standards that Kimball Realtors has as well.
Well, let's talk about some of those standards. What are you looking for in your ideal agent?
Sure, exactly. You know, the real estate course itself is a very technical course, and you learn how to basically fill out all the forms and you learn all the legalities of it. But real estate itself, every transaction is different. It takes a lot of integrity. You're handling someone's largest possession that they own, the biggest investment that they have. And so you really need to be a trustworthy person. You, again, have to have a lot of integrity. And so I sit down and meet with any prospective agent that's coming on, and we just have a one-on-one talk and see if they're going to be a good fit with our company, because it's very important that, again, they have the same standards that Kimball Realtors has.
Really looking for high integrity people.
Exactly, exactly.
Yeah, there are some things that can be book taught and some things that cannot.
Exactly, yes.
Gotta
yes.
learn it on the street, right?
Or from mom and dad.
Right,
Yes,
there you go.
yes.
Well, real quick before we go, do you have any current listings or recent solds that you'd like to mention real quick?
Well, yeah, if anyone goes to our website, WisconsinDellsHomesForSale.com, they can see our current listings. We've got some very unique properties. Again, we do more luxury properties, vacation properties, condominiums. We recently listed a home estate that's up in Juneau County between Elroy and New Lisbon with 186 acres and a farmhouse. Very, very beautiful property, very unique type of property. We'd really have to check that on the website to be able to appreciate that proproperty. Again, we're also looking for more listings always as well. We can still take listings now also.
186 acres. How long do you think it would take to mow that lawn? few hours maybe?
That sounds amazing.
Yes.
All right, so looking for more listings, looking for agents too. Here's to a successful 2018, Andrew.
Thank you. Thanks
Andrew
for having
Kimball's
me.
with Kimball Realtors, and we're Wisconsin Family. We'll be right back after the break.
'Cause every day is a new day. 'Cause every day is a new day.
Welcome back to Wisconsin Family. We're at Oliver Motors today in Baraboo. We've got a great looking Range Rover behind us. Maybe we'll learn a little bit more about it later. Right now, it's cold outside, and we're going to learn how to stay warm and stay safe with Kyle Mielda from Top Hat Fireplace and Chimney Specialist. Long name.
Yeah.
And tricky last name, too. Thanks for coming in today, Kyle.
I appreciate the invitation. It's great to talk with you both.
So we'll be talking about fireplaces and some safety, but first, if we're looking to dress it up according to the season and yet stay safe,
Yeah,
what do you recommend?
It's fun, right? You have the idea that every fireplace should have the stockings and things like that, but then all of a sudden those oversized stockings start overlapping the front of the fireplace, and maybe you don't think about it, but these are flammable socks, right? I mean, that's what we're looking at. So you got to be careful. Use some good judgment on what should be too close to fire, what shouldn't be. But realistically, a lot of times it's the decorations where it's putting, if you're hanging some tinsel or something like that on a mantle mantle, and all of a sudden it's taped, but the tape were to fail, and so it's dropping in front of the fireplace. And
Sure, yeah.
so I mean, it's goofy things, but absolutely can happen. So just be on the safe side when the decorations are kind of floating around the fireplace area. But of course it's fun. It's great to have that stuff around there. So.
I imagine you've heard a few stories.
I've seen them. I've been there to investigate afterwards to find out what happened. But yeah, it's no, it's mostly it's we can laugh about it, and that's what we want to keep it as, laughing about it after the fact.
Right,
yeah.
absolutely. Well, and it kind of is, it makes logical sense because typically we didn't put our stockings up until, Christmas Eve night when Santa was going to come. But then you really, as a courtesy, you really should douse the fire, because if he's coming down that chimney,
Yeah, he's
going to burn his bottom.
You got to be careful, and you just Santa appreciates all the efforts
Right.
you can take to. Now,
Right.
on the other hand, he's magic. So let's give him credit.
That's true. That's true. Well, let's talk a little bit more about safety. Are there any other things that we need to really be thinking about this holiday season in terms of maintenance or anything?
For sure. A lot of times people, people have their fireplaces and they'll use them all the time, right?
Mm-hmm.
And those people are the ones that probably have it cleaned in the spring, fall, making sure it's prepared for it. Other people, well, I only use it on Thanksgiving and Christmas and maybe one other weekend.
Mm-hmm.
And those are the ones that say, well, maybe I could probably get away with not cleaning it. You just got to be careful, right?
Yeah.
So especially in Wisconsin weather, it's not just having fires in there that can cause it to get dirty and things like that. We want to make sure there's no bird's nests building up inside there, things like that. And if you haven't opened up that damper, you just don't always know. So it's good to get it checked out if you can by professional. However, between now and Christmas, you might not be able to get us in there, but those are the kind
this
of
is
things.
airing after Christmas, so
Okay. Oh, yeah.
so it's too late, folks. No,
Yeah, it's still good idea to get it checked out.
absolutely. No, I just have a quick question. I got to know this. Is it true that if somebody doesn't use their fireplace for a year, that it's going to be built up with spider webs in 360 days or so?
It depends. Some spiders don't mind it. Some spiders like having a warm place to go into.
Okay.
It's not Indiana Jones. You're not going into some massive cobweb where you got to cut through it with a sword. No, something like that.
Okay, good.
It's more of a little guys, and it's just taking a small brush, and we can usually get that stuff out of the way.
Sure.
Oh, too bad, because the sword thing sounded kind of cool for you.
It's one of those extra special tools we bring on just in case on the sweeps truck.
Right.
Excellent. All right, we all love a good fireplace, and we think of it as in the living room, but more and more you hear of them in other areas of the home, like the bedroom. Are they differently designed for those areas?
Yeah, so a lot of times in the living room you have a lot of space, right? And so a fireplace can be massive, right? You have a lot of room and air for it, the heat to transfer around. So it's not too big a deal to have it big like that. Other times you get into a bedroom or like a 3-season porch where you're looking at like a 12 by 12 room, and it's like, well, if I have a fireplace, I don't want to be 90 degrees in the room, won't be able to use it, right? So some fireplace manufacturers are being really smart about it, where they use a tempered glass instead of ceramic, and what that allows is that there's not a lot of heat being pushed out, and so it's just very visual, right? So say you are in a bedroom or a bathroom even, and we have fireplaces that are designed for those spaces, you get all the ambiance without having the uncomfortable heat coming from it. So a little bit of heat, but not too much.
Wait,
so it's
too much
important.
heat? I don't understand.
No, it definitely happens, and you gotta be careful sometimes. So
I suppose. Well, and let's talk a little bit about installations, because you guys install fireplaces as well.
Absolutely,
So talk about what you guys do, and typically how long does it take?
yeah, I would say the vast majority of our installs take about a day.
Okay, wow, that's
and,
not bad.
And so a lot of people are surprised by how much work we can get done in a day. It's a lot getting into it. There's a lot of different segments that go in there, depending if it's wood or gas or pellet, as we're going through it. But we have other jobs that we're talking about doing masonry around the fireplace after the fact. That can go on for upwards of a week. More than that, it has to be a pretty special project. So we can get things done pretty quickly.
Good.
Right. Instant gratification. That sounds great.
Right.
We've been talking a lot about fireplaces, but you have other services that can help customers?
Yeah, I mean in the Baraboo area specifically, and since we're here celebrating this area and this great Oliver Motors here, we also do HVAC in this area. On the Madison market, we're going to focus on fireplaces, but we also do solar in both. So solar, something in the spring. On top of that, masonry work for rebuilding those chimneys that we're trying to vent fireplaces into. So a lot of times it's difficult to find someone who can has specific knowledge on those things to make sure that number one is being built properly into code, but also it's going to keep water out, because nobody wants that. Yeah,
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
Not Santa either.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, I love the idea of solar. It'd be great to have you back and talk more about the solar stuff
Happy
too.
to. Yep.
Yeah. Well, thanks for coming on today. We really appreciate I got an education, which is great. I always love that.
Fantastic. Thank you guys so much.
Yep, Kyle's from Top Hat Fireplace and Chimney Specialists. They're locally owned and run right here in Baraboo. We'll be right back.
'Cause every day is a new day. 'Cause every day is a new day.
Welcome back to Wisconsin Family. Just a quick drive up from Madison to Baraboo is Oliver Motors, and that's where Janet and I have been filming today. And we're so excited to be talking with Dell from Oliver Motors. Dell, how are you?
I'm fantastic, and you?
Awesome, awesome. Thanks for
Excellent.
having us.
Yep.
You know, I really like that when I walk in to your showroom, you have such a wide variety of different vehicles. I mean, there's literally something for everyone here.
That's pretty much what we've been shooting for. I mean, our main focus is that $6,000 to $13,000 vehicle, but we're also going to have some budget vehicles for someone who's looking for, you know, just an inexpensive car, daily driver, or something like that. Maybe a student's first car. But I mean, don't count us out for the other stuff. We have a pretty decent variety of vehicles in that higher end price range, later model, lower miles.
Okay.
Like the Land Rover that's sitting behind us.
Okay.
The Range Rover. We had a 2005 Bentley that we had here up until last week. And then a couple of diesel trucks we just picked up also.
Wow.
So not a wide variety, cars, trucks, vans, sport utilities.
Yeah, you bet, you bet. And you have something now that you're doing called the Heroes Discount.
Correct.
You want to talk to us about that?
Yes. One of the things that we rolled out this month, and we figured it was a good time to roll it out because it is, you know, Veterans Day was this month, and I kind of consider the whole month that, is for past military, present military, law enforcement, fire, EMT, rescue. We are doing an additional discount on top of the discount that we have on the car already. So whatever our retail price was on our disclosure to whatever our sale price was, whatever that discount is, they get an extra 10% off.
Wow, okay.
So off of that discount.
And it's the month of November?
This is going to be from here on out.
Oh, forever.
Forever, yeah.
Okay.
We're very active with the whole community, but also that community. Jake, one of our team members here, is in the military. Matter of fact, he leaves at noon today, and he's going to be gone for the weekend for his weekend drill. My two stepdaughters are in the Sea Cadets, which is a Navy program for the youth. I was volunteer fire when I was in a small town. I have a brother who's active military, my grandparents and parents, and Jake's family. So it's something that's close to home, and we want to make sure we give back to that.
I was going to ask if there was some special connection
Yeah.
that maybe helped nudge you into deciding on offering the Heroes discount.
Well, and just everything that they do. I mean, I was also on the board of directors for the Red Cross. And everybody thinks of the Red Cross when there's a big tragedy. But they don't realize what the people give up during the rest of the time and what they do for people during the rest of the time.
Right.
And that's kind of like our heroes. I mean, we hear about a conflict, or we see a fire, or we see an accident, we think about the first responders, the law enforcement, and our military. But we forget about what they actually give up on a daily basis. You know,
Right.
Jake leaving this weekend is going to be away from his family for the weekend. And it's opening hunting, and, well, he's missing that, too. So that's a big thing here in Wisconsin.
Right, yeah, absolutely.
So, yeah, we want to make sure we give back to that.
All right. Well, that sounds neat. The Heroes discount. Let's talk about what's new inside your store. You have a few additions and exciting things.
We do. I think the last time you guys were here, we talked about our inventory, of course, and what we were going towards. And I'm happy to say that a lot of that has started coming to play. Our accessory department is open, full swing. We can get you accessories on cars, trucks, vans, sport utilities, anything from a tonneau cover to bug shields to aftermarket wheels and tires. We do have a 2012 Chevy Tahoe that's out front that we did put some accessories on. Bigger wheels and tires, and lifted the front end up 2 inches and put some halo LED headlights and taillights into it just to give it a little bit more of a different look.
Sure,
Hopefully we're going to put some kind of a package together.
sure.
That's true. You really make something your own when you add those kinds of
Exactly.
things.
Is that primarily, I mean, I've never personally accessorized any of my vehicles, so, but is that really the reason why people accessorize, is because they want their own unique look to their vehicle?
Give you something a little bit original.
Yeah.
I mean, there's how many Chevy Impalas out there?
Right, yeah.
So if you put a little window tint on it, or you maybe put a rear spoiler on it, or you
Sure.
put some aftermarket rims on it, and just give it a nice little look.
Yeah.
The Tahoe I took from being a plain Jane silver Tahoe So in my eyes, looking a little tough. So
Yeah.
Looking tough.
look at that's what it's all about. It's all about the look.
All right.
You brought up a point that I've sure experienced. Let's say we're talking about Chevy Impalas, or you get a Chevy Impala, and next thing you know, you start seeing them all over the road.
Right.
There's got to be
yeah.
a name for that.
Especially the
phenomenon.
same color.
Right,
Yeah,
right.
Exactly.
Maybe we can come up with a name for that.
Well, you said you have a Jeep, right?
I do, yeah.
So what we can do is give it a 2-inch lift, kick the tires out a little bit, put some aggressive wheels and tires on it.
I think that's right up your alley,
See?
Janet.
Now we're talking.
I've seen the stickers that actually are upside down, and it says, if you can read this, you
Roll
know.
me back on my hip
Yeah,
wheels.
yeah, roll me over.
What can you do for my Subaru Forester now?
Well,
'Cause that's
we
not
can come
exactly
up
the
with, We can come
badass
up
type
with
of-
something. We can come up with something.
Make you feel tough, Justin.
That's right.
There you
That's
go.
right.
There you go. So, I mean, obviously, the draw here is that you just have such a wide variety of vehicles for, you know, both in terms of price and in terms of style.
Correct.
So, if you are looking for a car, chances are you can find something that'll fit your needs here at Oliver Motors.
And if we don't, I have the previous 5 years I've worked in the auction business. So I've built relationships with dealers throughout the whole state of Wisconsin, Northern Illinois, and Minnesota.
Sure.
So I can make phone calls to a lot of these dealers and maybe get something that's overage on their lot or something
Sure.
they can trade that's not something they normally would have on their lot.
Sure.
That's an interesting point. You got connections.
That's right. That's right.
There you go.
Someone on the inside.
Now, before the interview today, we were talking a little bit about online. Do you do online sales as well?
We do a lot of online sales. I'm going to say a strong 55% of our business is coming from the online, whether it's
No kidding.
a Car Gurus or our website or something like that.
How does that work? Does someone actually buy a car sight unseen, or do they come in and test drive and decide later?
Primarily, it's they do the research online first. So they go to our website, they see all the features and benefits, and then they contact us, schedule a time for us to meet up, and we do the proper walk around and test drive with them.
And they go home and decide, and then they click buy. Put it
Well-
in their cart.
Well, they'll usually do it here, but there are some people who do buy online sight unseen.
Right.
They see it and they just click buy and
Yeah.
away they
I
go.
can't imagine.
Wow.
I'm so slow when I buy stuff.
One thing I want to mention really quickly that's pretty unique to Oliver Motors is that you guys, there's other dealerships who they'll allow you to test drive a vehicle, but they don't necessarily say, hey, let's get in the vehicle, and they wait for the customer or the potential customer to bring it up. But you guys actually insist that people test drive.
Yes. As I've said to many of my customers in the past, even if it was free, if you don't like it, you're not going to buy it.
Right.
So what I want to do is I want to sit down with you, figure out what exactly you're looking for, because if you knew how many times somebody came in and was looking at a Mustang and drove out in a minivan, there's a want and a need.
Yeah, right.
So I want to make sure that we're finding all of the benefits for the features that they're looking for. Test driving the vehicle, make sure it's the right vehicle for them, because this is going to be the second largest investment in your life,
Absolutely.
next to a house.
Yep.
Some people it's the largest investment.
Yep.
But one other thing I did want to bring up is we also have an apparel and die-cast department we just opened up. So if you're looking for hat, t-shirts for classic cars or for a manufacturer, or if you're looking for a 1/24th or 1/18 scale die-cast car, most of them classics, you can stop in here also. And making us kind of that wide-rounded dealership that you not only can purchase a vehicle, but maybe buy something for the hard to shop for car enthusiast.
Yeah, Christmas.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Del Mortar from Oliver Motors, thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you.
We're out of time, and we want to thank all of our guests and our viewers. We're Wisconsin family, and we'll see you next time.